Okay, start off. E-Money Boss.
Top
Hill.
Top Hill episode
13.
Dang. 13, episode 13. What's up, bro? Good, man.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Abaragani, and all of that good stuff. You hear me?
And happy holidays.
Or that. You know what I mean?
The American civil way to say it.
Yeah. Whatever your religion is, whatever your ethnic background or whatever you guys celebrate, it's all good to me. I hope everybody's going to have a good time with their family this holiday season or whatever. And yeah, man, this is Top Hill, the number one hip hop culture / black business podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we got a very special episode for you guys today. Very special.
Definitely.
Chad, tell them what we got going on this episode, man.
So in this episode, we are going to talk about the top 10 albums of 2019. Now, before we get into this, before we get into this, y'all, I want to say I thought this was going to be easy because 2019, and I tweet about this. I said this to numerous of my friends. I said I felt like I haven't been inspired by any album this year.
Right.
I feel like it's been very slow. Not as far as putting music out. Like there's been plenty of music that came out, but as far as good quality music, it's been kind of slow this year.
It has.
And I was talking to EmoneyBoss the other day. I was just telling him, I really feel like it's because everybody's waiting for their rollout in 2020. It's just like what happened in hip hop in 2000s. I feel like everybody was waiting because it's a new decade about to get started on. Yeah. So they want to do it right. They want to set the bar, set the tone. So yeah, when I did this list, man, I was like, dang, like. One album had to be let go. It was a couple of them I had to just let go.
An album,
yeah.
Bro.
No, yeah, a couple of them. It was a couple of them. Yeah, man, but I think I'm pretty confident in my top 10. It's more so I'm gonna let him get into our criteria, but mine is more based on not just my taste, but impact. Impact, I think, is big. Because you got people out here that can make a good album like it's nothing now.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people can have impact when it comes to their albums. Like, impact, I'm talking about they singing it in the club, they playing it in their cars, they're still talking about it to this day. They're using lyrics to apply to their life. So you got to think about that too. Is like artists' impact with albums and their music is definitely something you need to consider when you're critiquing the album or you're critiquing the artist. So that's what I'm basing my list
on. Definitely a good criteria. So this is going to be the criteria of what made us come to our decisions with these top 10 albums. Okay, number one, like Chadvisionaire said, cultural impact. I mean, music is very music impacts our culture, right? So we want to know which album like really impacted the culture the hardest this year. Lyrics. Lyrics are very important. / vocals. So if it's an R&B singer or whatever, the vocals got to be up to par. You know what I mean? Next is beat selection.
Definitely. That's very important.
It is. So your producers.
Because you could be a really good rapper, but if your beat selection is trash, it's not going to make me want to listen. Like.
Right.
That's me off butts. I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you only got half of a song. If you know what I mean, if the beats ain't right and the lyrics are good, that's half of the song. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Next is quality. Basically, how did you wrap this up? You know what I mean? How did you put this together? Does it sound like something that was just thrown together, or is this something that you could tell they put a little bit of extra.
Put some effort into it. Yeah, that's very important. Quality beats quantity every single time.
Exactly.
And when you have quality, it speaks volumes. It lasts longer. It's longevity. So you definitely have to have quality.
Definitely. I definitely feel like we have more quantity over quality this
year. Yeah, definitely.
So
For sure.
We're gonna try to pick the best 10 this year. And then the last criteria to me, this one's very important: skippable songs. You know what I mean? Some albums, you know, there's some tracks on there that don't need to be there. You know what I mean? They're just
like you just skip every time. Like
they're filler songs. You know what I mean? Like some people wanted to have a certain amount of songs in there, a certain amount of minutes or whatever. I don't know what it is. But
that's very hard to do. The more I'm like digging into this music thing and we researching and stuff, like it's really hard to put together a cohesive album. And that's why I appreciate somebody like a Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, you know the big names. Like you really gotta sit down, and these are like hundreds of songs they probably went through.
They got shit in the chamber that they never release and stuff like that. But finding what goes together, it's like building a perfect playlist. Right?
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, man, I appreciate any artist that took their time and effort just to really be like, nah, like that lyric wasn't it. Like I gotta change it, or no, we need to do this vocals again, or just every little detail. Details are so important. You know me, I love detail. Like I love artistry. So
right.
Yeah, man, that's important. So is that it for the criteria?
That's it.
Yeah, man. So just to let me just repeat it again. Impact, lyrics/vocals,
right,
beat selection, quality, and skippable songs.
Yes.
Very important. I love this criteria. And EmoneyBoss actually came up with the criteria. I think it's brilliant. I think it's real. I feel like it gets right to the point because you got these other podcasts and reviewers and stuff. You know, they try to get their intellectual point of view stuff, but we, buddy, like we just keep it real. Like shit was trash, bro. Right. Like it's no way of explaining it. Like y'all get what I'm saying. So.
And we both got good taste in music. We love music. We're passionate about it. But you know, we're gonna have some difference of opinions. You know, it is what it is, and you know, we'll see. I think it'll be fun if we can do a little poll like whose top 10 does our users like the most? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right. All right. Let's, without further ado.
Oh man, are we gonna go like I do my 10, you do your 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will start from 10. Chad will Visionaire will give his 10. I will give my 10. Then he'll give his 9. I'll give my 9, and etc. So. Chad Visionaire.
I gotta go first?
Yes, you do. Number 10 for Chad Visionaire is.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm gonna go with. This is gonna surprise y'all. I'm gonna go with Gunna, Drip or Drown 2. And this came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
And Gunna really solidified himself. He's a part of YSL Records with Young Thug and there's a bunch of them on that label now that's making big moves.
Yeah.
But Gunna, his vocals, if we're talking, he's not lyrical. Everybody knows that. He's not a lyrical rapper, but as far as vocals and delivery and his performance on each song, he really just sticks out. He's like a Young Thug. I can understand why they together. So
yeah,
he really like stands out and brings something much more to a song. And to go back to Astro World and Travis Scott when he did that one song, you know what song I'm talking about? I can't remember, but his feature on there, it just really showed that his astronomical, I like to say, vocal points that he brings to songs is kind of addicting. Like I like hearing it. Like
yeah.
And I don't care if he repeats himself. Like as long as his flow is really good, his delivery, the way he comes across the songs, I think it's phenomenal. And he's another one that could rap. I don't think y'all should sleep on Gunna when it comes to raps and bars as well. And he got a few songs out there in his older projects. But to get back to this album, Drip or Drown 2, it was highly acclaimed as far as like the streets and stuff. There's some Young Thugs, big fans out there. Like it's like the Beehive of Young Thug. So they love Gunna as well.
Yeah.
And Gunna, he delivered a mixtape, Drip or Drown, the first one. and he has a mixtape series that people like really mess with hard. So this was highly anticipated when it came out, and when it dropped, it wasn't disappointing. He got standout songs. Richard Millie playing. He got Speed It Up. Speed It Up. That's on.
The joint he did with the Asian like background too.
Oh, bro, that's my favorite.
That joint was hard,
bro. I was listening to that the other day. I just like a song I could just keep playing over and over. That beat selection. Whoever did that beat, shout out to you. I think it was Wheezy, the dude he always worked with.
Wheezy out of here.
Yeah, Wheezy. Yeah. I think it was him, but man, that song is phenomenal. And then he got the song with Wheezy again that produced it, and Young Thug, Three-Headed Snake. That was a great collaboration. It's just bangers on there, like, and I hear the songs all the time. If I'm riding with somebody, they playing the song, the impact is there. What am I missing? I touched on the vocals. The beat selection was good. It was something that was different from everybody. Like as far as his genre, his style of music, quality. Quality. I have to be honest.
That's what he's lacking.
I don't know if I could listen to his project a few years from now. But we're talking about 2019. Best of this year. And this album is still being played heavy. This album did make the Billboard charts on #1. So that speaks volumes too. So I don't think it should be forgotten. And to me personally, it's my own take. I don't think there's any skippable songs. Every time I play it, I'm playing it right through. So that is my number 10, guys. And I'm going to keep it at that.
Okay. I'm going to pay attention to the comments to make sure.
What y'all think, man? Gonna Drip or Drown 2?
That's pretty, okay. Gunna didn't make my list. I'm just going to let y'all know that.
I already know it did it.
Yeah, Gunna, like the big thing to me was quality with that one. That's why he didn't make it on my list. He has a few good songs, but his whole album I'm not playing all the way through. It's definitely not something I'm going to be.
Somebody comment that Thanos sweater.
Hey. Number 10 for EmoneyBoss is going to go to Kanye West.
Okay.
Jesus is King.
That's a good one.
The reason why Kanye West is number 10 is because it's impossible for me to have a list and not include Kanye West in the list. Like, I feel like that is disrespectful to the legend. Like, Kanye's album was anticipated. Kanye's really good at reinventing himself. He's really good at taking, certain heat, and still being able to produce extremely high quality of music and sound. No matter what's your, how you feel about him personally as a person, to me, I don't care about that. I care about the artistry. I care about what can you produce. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can separate the personality from the art. And for Jesus is King, there was 11 good songs. There was a few songs on there that I would skip, but not that many. I was like only maybe 1 or 2. But the impact, I could definitely skip something. Like I don't care for Water, Church on Sunday. But his 2 intros, I call they're both intros. To me.
Yeah, I'm surprised they made it on your top 10 if it's skippable. Because none of the albums I got, I'm gonna say I don't skip.
I find it hard to believe. One of the albums that you pull up, I'm gonna say you're skipping a song.
Not for me. I'm not skipping those songs. Sorry.
Okay, buddy.
You're gonna see when I bring this list up.
But Kanye obviously has a huge cultural impact. He has the number 1 fashion brand right now with Yeezy's highly anticipated fashion line. He's building his own factory in Wyoming. Him and his wife are both getting, black people out of jail for bullshit crimes. They're, offering second chance employment. They're working on self-sustaining living and teaching people how to really, self-sustain themselves. They're looking at trying to create domes that are hurricane proof for islands like the Bahamas and Haiti and Puerto Rico and stuff like that. So I mean, Kanye is very heavily involved in the culture. I was lucky enough to see him. He came to Howard University with his Sunday service. I mean, his whole Sunday service is dope. It's a free concert. He goes around the country. He's also been to Jamaica and some other places as well too. And you know, it's a free concert. It's Kanye West. He's an A-list artist, and you know what I mean. He doesn't have to do that. You know what I mean. And it's just good to see Kanye in a better space this year. I feel like 2019 he was on his way back to some normalcy. You know, after him and Drake had their falling out in 2018. You know, him and Jay-Z had their falling out. So it's just good to see Kanye just coming back. The lyrics were great. The beat selection, come on, it's Kanye West. The beats are crazy.
Yeah.
The quality is there. And like I said, maybe one or two skippable songs on that project, but enough to make him land the top 10 for me.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely top 10 worthy.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been switching them around, so you have to sometime. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just go with Jesus is King at number 9.
Okay.
I'm not gonna touch too much on it because you just did.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is, of course, beat selection. He never fails with that.
Right.
Lyrics, very heartfelt, passionate, and real. Can't go wrong. That's what Kanye's best at, and he's if you pay attention to his lyrics, they're always very thought out, and that's what I appreciate about Kanye. I remember back in the Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy days, he got Rick Ross to change his verse.
Yeah.
So that just shows how much he, is really anal about how he puts his projects out. The quality is there. There's no skippable songs to me. I think it flows. Now, the only thing I would critique that I didn't like was how short it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the direction he's going. With the last year, when he released Kids Seeing Ghosts.
Yeah.
And his other project.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, man, I get the direction, but I need more. Especially with Ye, like, I need more.
Yeah,
so,
we hold him to a higher standard, so I mean, it was good. You know, we got a couple of highlights in there, some highlighted songs. Follow God is definitely a highlight.
There's definitely some memorable lines, too, that people say.
Yeah.
Like my little brother and sister, I was just spending time with them today. They close on Sundays. You know, my Chick-fil-A. They was singing that the whole day, so there's the impact right there.
Yeah, them bringing clips back together.
That too. Huge. Yeah, that was huge.
That's huge.
So yeah, that's it, man. I think we both tackled it pretty well.
We would love to hear you guys' top albums. Miss America said her top albums between Wale, Wow That's Crazy, Tory Lanez, Chicks 85, Summer Walker, Over It, and then Roddy Ricch, Please Excuse Me, Antisocial, and El Negrito, Akon.
I like that.
Yeah, those are some good albums. I mean,
that's dope.
Really good albums. Let's see where they fall up on our list. Shout out my man Young Thorn. What's good, Thorn? What's up, Jordy?
Yeah, let me get some more. What's y'all top album? What's y'all favorite? What y'all been listening to all year?
Nails by Her, Voices on Pumpkin's Head. Welcome you guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
For sure. Oh, we got another one on Facebook.
Okay.
I appreciate you. Ronnie Rich, yes. Trippie Redd, yes. Rod Wave, I just got hit to him the other day.
I just listened to
I seen that you listened to
the Ghetto Gospel Joe.
Somebody at my job got me hit. But yeah, I listened to that one.
I was like, bro, this show has been trending in the top album for a long time.
Yeah, I just always ignored it.
Yeah,
I was like, who the hell is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I took a listen. It was good. What else? She said the Schoolboy Q album. Yes, I think that was slept on.
Crash Talk.
Lil Durk album. We didn't get that good review last podcast. I ain't gonna hold you. Meek Mill Championships. That was last year.
Yeah, that was
that was a good album. Meg Thee Stallion. Yes.
I don't know, and this is another criteria too, y'all. Just to let you guys know, we're not doing our mixtapes or like EPs. You know what I mean? So Meg Thee Stallion Fever was a mixtape.
Are we not doing mixtape?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't affect my list anyway.
Yeah. And then because trust me, if we were doing that, Drake's care package would be everybody on this list. I'm not even gonna hold you. Drake's care package was something that the world needed. Okay, number 9 for EmoneyBoss going to the African Giant, Burna Boy.
That's a good one.
Shout out to Burna Boy, man. He had an incredible 2019. He won a BET Awards. You guys might remember him because, he was getting a drink or going to the bathroom or something like that. His mom went on stage and accepted the award for him. And she, had a famous quote. She was like, hey, before, you were anything, you were African first. You know what I mean? Just to like give everybody understanding, like, who we are as a people.
I remember that in the album.
Yeah, and he brought it back in the album. It's just really dope to see the collaborations between all African people from the diaspora. You got the African Americans, you got African people in Europe, in the Latin countries and islands, just collaborating. You know what I mean? It's been a lot more international collaborations, I feel, this year that I noticed in the past. And I think it's beautiful to see. And I really enjoyed this album, African Giant. It's a vibe. It's such a good vibe. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of like a Bob Marley kind of thing. Like, and I have huge respect for Bob Marley. He is like,
that's your boy. Huh?
Yeah, like top of my list of one of my favorite artists of all time.
He's one of the greatest.
He's a legend. Definitely a legend. But Burna Boy definitely gives me some Bob vibes, some real chill vibes. Perfect music to listen to while you're on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, it's just amazing. Really good music. Definitely check out Burna Boy's African Giant if you have not hit.
That's one of the ones I took out.
Was it?
Yeah.
And that's
on
fine.
My list. He was definitely on my list.
Yeah.
But I just had to cut him.
It's okay, Burna Boy. You on my list, hear me, okay?
Okay, we going to number
8.
Number 8. Okay. Oh, it's getting tough.
Yeah.
Number 8. I'm gonna go with Sir. Chasing Summers.
Damn.
It's a very good album.
It was.
If you just a fan of just good music, man, this good quality music from the instrumentals to the voice to just everything. There's nothing bad I could say. This every track, the features, everything. Just it's like it's perfect. I really can't. Yeah, he's talented as hell, and the only thing he's lacking, according to our criteria, is the impact. Just because now to the R&B community, the people that listen to R&B, they know about Sir, but people who don't technically listen to R&B like that, this could have been overlooked because they don't know about Sir like that. He's still like, he's been, he's, I guess, a B-list celebrity now. He's not even that.
Yeah.
And he's part of
Top Dog Entertainment.
He's part of TV. I don't know why he's not. This year he's the king of R&B to me. Yeah, and he said it in his album, and I agree. Like he executed his album very well. I highly recommend it. I wish I could remember it. I'm not good at remembering song names. I should have pulled it up, but yeah, every song, no skippable songs. The quality's there, the beat selection, the lyrics, very thought out, the storylines, everything.
Yeah, there's a couple of jumps on there. Of course, Hair Down, the number 1 single featuring Kendrick Lamar was a smash.
Definitely.
Fire is another dope track on there. Sir's album is really good, y'all.
Yeah, I had to put it on there. Like, I know my list was based off impact, but this is the one album I was like, nah, I got to put this on here.
Yeah.
It needs to be shining.
I really felt the same way that Chad did, but and Sir he was on my list this entire week, and he just got knocked off, man. Like he's like number 11. Like it's.
Why was it?
I don't know what it was, bro. Like I felt like, for me, I got to know the album late. His album came out in September.
Yeah.
And it's crazy for me because I'm a TDE fan. I listen to a lot of Top Dog music.
Man, you should have been on that.
I know, and it just slipped by me. Like I heard the song "Hair Down" obviously a couple of times, and I heard a couple of features with Sir, but I never really, I never knew his album was out. You know what I mean? Like I just recently got hip to his album like a week or two ago, and I listened to it and I was like, wow, where have I been at? Under a rock? Like, but
that's what's gonna make you feel. If you never listen to Sir, please go check. If you like music, you love good R&B, please check this out, because like Imani said, you hit it on the mark. Once you listen to this album, you're like, wow, I've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
Like I've been really sleeping on this artist.
Yeah.
Like that's how good he is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's undeniable. Even though he did not make it to my list, top 10, he's definitely well respected. He's so fucking close. Good music. Definitely check it out. King of R&B. Jacquees, get out of here. All right, that's number 8 for Chad. Number 8 for me. The Game.
Okay.
Born to Rap.
Okay.
One of the OGs. The Game's album is good. It's really good, man. And what I paid attention to it's really a double disc. You know what I mean? If you really pay attention to it, it's really 2 albums squeezed into one. It's 25 songs. It's an hour and a half long. So for me treating it as like an A and B side, like I was able to like kind of chop it up. But both of them are really good, and both of them tell a different story. And The Game is one of those people that is very successful. Has made a lot of hits, platinum hits, diamond hits. Has made really great music. Has a really good ear for music too. And he talked about wanting to eventually step into like having his own label, and because he's really good at that. He's really good at finding artists.
Yeah, I think he would definitely find the right artist.
Yeah,
and put together a great project as well.
If you think about it, everybody knows most of the Game's albums are very heavily featured. There's a lot of featured tracks on the Game's albums, and I think that's purposeful that he did it that way, because I feel like he has a good ear for music and he likes what he likes and he's okay with that. He's also responsible for giving us Kendrick Lamar out of Compton. He's also responsible for giving us Nipsey Hussle as well too. He has had impact on those individuals as well. A lot of people that came out of the West really had to go through Game. You know what I mean? And people who wanted to be out there, like Chris Brown, like they had to be cool with him.
Just like Snoop Dogg.
Like
it's a ladder when it comes to LA. Like you gotta respect the OG.
Snoop and Game are like one of the gatekeepers. Like you're not gonna just be running around LA. Dr. Dre, like he's well respected, but he's chill to himself.
Yeah.
But
unless he really like you.
Right.
Because I heard stories like when he heard about Kendrick, he was like, I gotta work with him.
Yeah, I remember.
You gotta be the one.
Yeah, bro.
Because of Dre.
Look out for the detox. That freestyle was crazy. Shout out Kendrick. But yeah, so The Game is definitely one of the OG gatekeepers of the West Coast. Not that many people can come out the West without getting a cosign from Game or Snoop, if you pay attention. So this album is really good. A couple of highlights. Welcome Home featuring Nipsey. One of Nipsey Hussle's latest verses that we got before his passing. And his lyrics they're kind of chilling, you know what I mean? Like they kind of like throw chills in your spine because, he talks about, I'm probably gonna die in these streets, but I'm gonna live by my music. That's one of his lines. Nipsey had an amazing verse. Another great song on there, The Code, featuring 21 Savage. That is a banger. I mean, I don't know what they were on when they made that song. But that song is hard. And then I call this the inception mode, when you're listening to a song and then they fall into like another song and then they bring it back. I love that shit. When 21 went to his style of music, it was just amazing, man. I really enjoyed that. There's a lot of good highlights on that album, and I felt like even though he may not have had the greatest cultural impact immediately, I think Longevity Game has definitely had cultural impact. Lyrics are hard, the beats are hard, quality is there too. There's not that many skippable songs on there, so I'm very happy with this album. Good West Coast music from the OG, The Game. Number 8.
That's a good one. Reason why he didn't make my list, and I kind of did want to put him on there, but when I thought about it, you said it in the beginning, with cultural impact, I feel like that was really lacking. And yeah, man, it's just people weren't like talking about it, but I respect that you put it on there because it is something worth talking about. It is from start to finish a good album, so it shouldn't be overlooked. But that's probably the main reason why I didn't put it on there, just based off the impact alone.
Right.
And because it was so late, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about the podcast. Like, do we want to put the albums that just came out in November, December? Because with me, when it comes to albums, I gotta let it sit and digest before I could be like, all right, this is the top. So I kind of wanted to throw it to next year, but we're gonna keep it like this.
Yeah, I mean,
because I got an album that came out late that's on my list, so
I do too.
So
and I think it is what it is. There's pros and cons to dropping your music late. You know what I mean? You're gonna fit into the conversation with the decade, and then you're gonna fit into
that's
the
true.
next. So there's pros and cons. They know about this, whatever. Like, it's cool. We're just gonna go off of what we have in 2019.
All right. On to number 7.
Number 7.
Gotta pull up my phone, wrote it on my notes. Basically, I'm winging this right now. Do I want to do? Okay, I'm gonna just let it out. I'm gonna do Young Thug, So Much Fun.
Wow.
Now, I feel like you knew I was gonna put this on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Number 7.
Thug.
Yeah.
Who else is on your list?
But you thought it was gonna be higher?
Yeah.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
You're a wild Bob.
Y'all know how much I love Young Thug, man.
Oh, I don't even know what your list is going to be after this. I'm confused.
Yeah, Young Thug, So Much Fun. Great album. Very fun. It's a fun album. It's all right. Let me tell you why it's not that high. I don't see it being played in a couple, like 5 or 6 years from now. Like, if you comparing it to his other albums, Barter 6 and his mixtapes, the album he did with Future, I feel like that might stand the test of time. But this one right here, I may be wrong. Like, I might be looking at this podcast like, yo, like, Chad, you don't know what you was talking about. But as far as this album, I feel like it's not going to be... This was... You know what? Dang. We are talking about 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been higher. No, I'm going to just keep it right there. Because I got so many people that's beating Thug right now. But yeah, yeah, that's all I'm stumbling my words right now.
Yeah, I know, because I can't believe you said it out your mouth. I got no comment for that.
Number 7, yeah. I'm trying to... Can we pull out the track?
Absolutely. You may do whatever you like.
I'm sorry, y'all. Got a really bad memory.
He also dropped the deluxe edition this week as well too, kind of revamping.
Yeah, he did.
His market.
And I listened to it.
I think it was pretty smart. I don't really care for the new 5 songs that he added. Obviously, one of them was this type of track list. Obviously, one of them was Hot Remix with Gunna and Travis Scott. But
oh man, you know what? Can I change that?
hurry up!
My bad, y'all. I have to change that
Because
because I'm just remembering. You know how many times I played this album?
Yeah, bro. Like,
you know, with Apple Music, I got you hit to it. Remember they showed us statistics on how much albums and what artists you was playing the most.
Yeah.
This album I played the most this year.
Mm-hmm.
So scratch what I said.
Yeah, I was really confused. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Who's your number 7, Chad? Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, I got y'all. I'm gonna go with I'm ready to put the music. I'm gonna go with Solange. When I'm Get Home. Let me pull that up real quick. Solange is this amazing artist. She's true to who she is. For those that listen to her, y'all know what I'm talking about.
You gotta put a track on for
yeah, my bad. I just love artists that are true to who they are, and I like the way she came out as an artist because you know what's very hard to do when you have somebody like Beyonce that's in your family. That's
let alone your sister.
Yeah, let her know your sister. Like, you know how much pressure you have to go through, and still become your own. And I want to highlight her because she's probably the only one that, besides Jaden Smith, that is really up there that could really have their own light, shed their own light, and be like, yo, this is not any of Beyonce. Beyonce had nothing to do with this. This is her.
Right. She's not seen as Beyonce's sister, the girl that sings. This is
she really solidified herself in the game, and she has the utmost respect out of for all types of people.
Right, and she fights Jay-Z in the elevator.
Right. But yeah, her taste in music, her whole aura, her aesthetic is very beautiful. It's very peaceful, and I either compare her to people, but she really gives me, not music-wise, her music doesn't sound like her, but she gives me that vibe, that aura, like Sade, somebody like Sade.
Yeah, I get that.
Because she's very elegant. I went back to this album. I forgot this album came out this year. But when I did listen to it, because this came out earlier this year, it came out March 1st. And when I listened to it, this was one of the albums I kept going back to. And we're critiquing albums, and when you go back to an album, that means it's pretty darn good.
Yeah. So
from the first song, it got me from the first song. I already knew what type of mood she was gonna bring me in. The first song is called "Things I Imagine." Now my favorite songs on there, "Dreams." The other one, I don't know how to pronounce this. You probably could pronounce it better than me.
Meta.
Meta. Time Is. There's another one. She has a song on here.
Benz is the only one I heard of.
There's a song she got on here with Playboy Cardi. Now, the way she incorporated him, I thought that was amazing. Because way two different types of artists.
Yeah.
Like, Playboy Cardi is trap, mumble rap. Then you got Solange, who is, elegant, very vocal, beautiful R&B music. So, yeah, the way she blended that in was so beautiful. And I like how I would love to see this live. Like, she's an artist. She brings me back to, like, you could go to like your local coffee house or something, busboys and poets, sit down, just vibe to the music. She make music like that. Like, you just sit there, like, talk to your friends.
I like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but intellectual conversations, and you're like, did you hear that new Solange? Like, that's the type of vibe she gives me. Like, you gotta be.
That's so funny. You compare, like, Solange definitely gives you busboy and poet vibes.
And she do, bro. But
that's funny.
The people that be in a coffee house and stuff like that, those are the ones that listen to really good music. And you can have a conversation if you really dive into the music. So I definitely had her higher on my list for a minute, but I think it fits right perfectly at number 8.
Okay.
Because she did have impact when she came out.
You mean number 7?
Number 7. That's my bad, y'all. But I haven't heard much from her or what she did.
My guess.
Lyrics and vocals was definitely there. She took you in, like as soon as you dived in the first song. Beat selection definitely was there. The instrumentals, the piano, just everything alone was great. Quality was there. No skippable songs. Like I said, man, all these albums, there's no skippable songs for me. So this was definitely a good number 8 for me. I should have said this first before I said that, but we're gonna let that go. Go ahead, E-Money.
Solange did not make it to my top 10. Some people might call me wild, but I got on this album pretty late, and I liked her previous album better, and I think that's maybe why.
Oh yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it just didn't do that much for me. Now I could completely change my mind, next week or whatever, and listen to it a little bit more. But as of right now, I can't give it to her. But we can move on to my number 7. Can I see your final clip?
Yeah.
So my number 7. Let me reply back to a lot of people real quick. So we have Miss America. She also mentioned Fat Joe's album. That was a really good one too. Burna Boy on her list. Rappers go to leave it. 2 Chainz.
I forgot about that 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, that was really good. Shout out Roadrunner. He said y'all gotta listen to the Game album.
Yeah, mine just put that on his list.
Right, and Miss America said it's too long, and Roadrunner agreed.
It was too long.
He said he's trying to get everyone rich. He was P. Diddy of the West. I agree. 21 Savage needs to drop something. I mean, he dropped something last year.
Miss America made a good point, though.
Yeah.
That joint is too long.
I mean...
It's good, but it's just like, you trying to keep people in, you gotta be shorter than that. That's why I don't care for that Chris Brown joint. I still haven't got through that album.
Yeah, Chris Brown's joint was a playlist. You just put that bitch on shuffle and just let it ride.
But I get it was Game's last album, so I think I would have probably done it like that, just to give y'all the rest of me.
It's really not that bad. Like, okay, it's 25 songs. It is an hour and a half. But it's not that bad. It doesn't feel like one of those super long, drawn out.
You're a music lover. It's different for you. Like, to me, it wasn't that long either. But if we're talking about now, the people's attention span, they're not listening to a whole 25. They could barely listen to 11 tracks. That's what Kai did. What he did. So,
shout out my man Rico Spazzer. He said put some shoes on. Alright, so we're gonna go into number 7 for EmoneyBoss. Number 7 is Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial, whatever long ass album title.
Whoa. Say that again?
Number 7 is Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me. Bye.
I was surprised.
Why?
Because you didn't like it like that, remember? It grew on you.
It grew on me.
It grew on you.
You didn't think it was gonna make it on my top 10?
I did not. Like, this was one that I was like, Money definitely not putting that on. Because this your reaction, he was just like, it's alright, I mean. But the way I was texting, you was like, it's alright, it's not like that. But
I don't know, bro.
I'm happy for you, man.
I mean, he definitely got some jokes on there that is just undeniably just fire. I mean,
I told you.
Obviously the box, high fashion, perfect timing. I love perfect timing. He has some really dope jokes on there. And you can't deny the boy's impact. You know what I mean? He's a young kid from Compton, originally signed to Meek Mill, then went to Atlantic Records. His impact on the culture was pretty huge. I mean, the streets loved it. The people loved it. He was able to, kind of transcend and get the number 1 album out for the week. My only issue with this album is that it came out so late, and it's still fresh. I don't know what it's going to sound like in a month or two.
All right.
You know what I mean? But It's 2019. He put out the project.
Put out one of the best projects this year.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, people are banging with his jump. You know what I mean? The streets are loving it. The clubs are loving it. I fuck with it too, man. I like it.
I'm happy to hear that.
The lyrics are dope. The beats are dope. Quality could be a little bit better on some of the tracks. And there's some skippable songs on there.
It's only one song for me is Meek Mill.
Pedal. Yeah, that was kind of weak. But his impact was really huge. I think that's what really kind of saved him and brought him.
Yeah, it definitely solidified on that. Like, there's a artist we definitely gonna be looking forward to when he drops.
We'll see what else he has in store.
Yeah,
I just seen him posted up with Kendrick the other day. You know what I mean? So who?
I knew it. Let's get it. I'm excited. I knew it, bro. I was like, he gonna do a song with Kendrick. I said it in my head.
That'll be dope.
I'm glad you said that.
I'll be looking for that. Looking forward to that.
Like I said before, I think it was the last podcast. I said he's gonna make a great feature, cause the way he comes across the song, and like I don't know if you noticed. I know you were saying he sound like Young Thug, and I definitely hear it now. Mm-hmm. But he kind of switches his voice up a little bit when it comes to singing and melodies, where he kind of sounds like himself or somebody else. So the way he has a good ear too. So it's gonna be very interesting to see him do it like something.
And he's young too. You know what I mean? When you're young and you're in the game, it takes some time to find your sound.
He gonna be better. I'm telling you, he gonna be that dude.
We'll see.
I hope so. Don't let me down, man. Like, cause I'm rooting for you. Like,
shout out to Roddy Ricch. You know, he's having a good, semester right now. So that's number 7 with me.
Keep it up.
So number 6, Chadvisionaire.
This is where it gets harder and harder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I gotta solidify my 5. Oh shoot! Forgot about him. Okay, so I'm gonna say him. Yeah, I'm gonna say him. I'm gonna say Tyler the Creator, Igor. I listened to it today actually, and I listened to it sometime this past week. Last week. It's good. It's that good.
It's really that good.
I would put it higher, but this is my list. Sorry, Tyler. I was never a big fan of Tyler, the Creator, but I definitely respect who he is as a person, as an artist. He's just somebody that's so unapologetic. Yeah. Like he's so another one that's true to himself.
Yeah.
And I just love it, and he spills that out in his music. Like, this is somebody that nobody sounds like Tyler the Creator.
Right.
Nobody, and that's very special.
Yeah.
And nothing sounds like this album, Igor. Like, this is a very cinematic album. Now I'm not gonna compare it as far as lyrically wise to this album, but I am gonna compare it as far as sound and emotion. I'm comparing it to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy because he brought that emotion. Yeah. Like he was really going through a tough breakup, and he showed it with each song. Like, and then another thing I like is his biggest influence is Kanye and Pharrell, which are my biggest influences. So it shows in his beat selection. Yeah, it definitely got Pharrell in there with the keys for sure, and then Kanye got the influence in there as well. So there's not a bad song on there. Every song has a story. It's emotional. Emotional albums make the best albums if you think about it. Like it's kind of effed up to say, but if you're going through something and you break up with somebody,
put it in a song.
It's going to bring out the best.
Put it in a song.
It's gonna bring out the best of you. Like that's facts. Like he made an art piece, and this album I mentioned this previous podcast that we did, but this is definitely an album that you should listen to live.
Yeah.
Like it was very theatrical. Like the way he y'all saw the impact when he dressed up with the blonde wig and the suit or whatever, the pastel suit.
Polarizing.
Yeah, polarizing. Like, it was very memorable. Like, people was like, why the hell is he dressed up like this? But it makes sense if you went to his concert and you see how the music correlate with his overall aesthetic and his outfit and everything. So Igor was on my top 5, but it's on my top 6. And it's on my top 6 just because it's good. Is this an album? It always goes back, am I going to listen to this? I probably will, but it's not. I would say this is not an album I keep playing over and over. I feel like this is an album that I have to be in the mood for. That's just me personally, so that's why it's on my number 6. I covered the impact. It's just a lot of impact. They've been talking about this album all year. They've been talking about Tyler all year. Lyrics and vocals are definitely there. The beat selection was phenomenal. Quality, phenomenal. And there was no skippable songs. He took me in from the first song with the unorthodox sound, that loud sound that just came in from the beginning. I was like, what is this? When is it going to start? It's like a beginning of a movie, like I said.
Or you got a concert or something like that. Bro, I know. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It just took me right there. I was like, all right, we about to dive in. So, yeah, that's a strong 6 for me. Strong number 6 on my list. Shout out to Tyler, the creator. You that nigga.
Can I see the phone for to make sure I don't want to get cut off.
For sure, bro.
Try to get to my number 6. Make sure we still live. Okay, cool. I can see the whole big cup. Alright.
Y'all talking about my feet, man? I should have put some shoes on.
Alright. So, number 6.
So forget y'all, man.
Number 6 for EmoneyBoss.
Uh-oh. I'm nervous now.
Tory Lanez, 6 Take 5.
No.
Yeah, I had to. I thought about it. No. I have a reason. And I have a reason. Okay.
It was good.
At first, when I heard the album, I said, this is one of the best shit smoking this year. Then some time went by and I was like, I'm good. I don't like my song. Then I listened to it again, like after that, I was like, wait. You got to give the man respect where respect is due. And the impact and his whole story, like, okay. Tory Lanez is a complete artist. He also knows how to really perform his music live. He's super talented. I don't really know that many people that can control their voice as well as he can, especially in a live setting. Okay. So I've seen him, talent-wise, what he could do and how he can perform a show. Definitely one of the best artists to go see live, right next to Travis Scott, in my opinion. Super live, super lit.
I definitely heard that before.
Yeah. But this album right here is based off of 4 mixtapes that came before it that led up to this. It's a complete story from start to finish. Every song had meaning, purpose, the impact that he left. He paid homage to the early 2000 R&B scene, where a lot of us, millennials and whatever, grew up on. A lot of the music that we heard, he remixed and sampled on this album. And he did something that nobody else was able to do. And this is why you have to put him on this list, in my opinion. Okay. His impact. Okay, he not only got every single one of his songs cleared for sampling purposes, he went the extra mile and got the actual artist to come up with new lyrics and vocals to remix their song. This has never been done before on this scale. On an album level, not a mixtape.
That's huge.
This is it's huge, Mo. And these are not no peons. You know what I mean? You got Chris Brown, T-Pain, Snoop Dogg, Pharrell, Ashanti, Maya. There's so many amazing, legendary people. Jagged Edge, 112. He has. They coming in.
Yeah.
All right, look. Y'all have to understand this album is good. You know what I mean? And based off the impact that he was able to do, based off of his lyrics and his vocals, based off of the beat selection and him actually able to things clear and getting new vocals from the artist. The quality was there, and there's not many skippable songs. I mean, these are all songs that we loved. You know what I mean? And he put his spin on it. The Dream Jump too. I mean, every single song on there is fire, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a strong number 6 for me. It's definitely a highlight of 2019. This is one of those albums that, to me, is memorable because nobody has done this before. Nobody has successfully been able to pull this off. You know what I mean? Especially from an artist like Tory that's still kind of new. You know what I mean? Like, he just got off a fresh tour with Chris Brown and Drake. You know, he's had a couple of decent projects, a lot of good mixtapes, but he's still growing as an artist. He hasn't really reached the top yet, but definitely, I think B-list on his way there to A-list. Okay. And we'll see what happens.
He definitely has the talent for it.
Yeah.
But for me, for Tory Lanez, for me, it's just, I feel like he's just one of those artists that's just really just do too much. I'll give you an example. Jay-Z, he's really good at how, when he raps, it's so effortless. It seems like he doesn't try to. He probably does try hard, but it just comes off, that aura. And with Tory Lanez, I get, he has a deep appreciation for music. He has a good ear for music. I did enjoy the last project that he did. But I have to say this was, I'm not talking about this album you just mentioned, but the album previous to that, that was a bubblegum album, if you think about it. Like that, if you think about it, that album was structured in a way to where he really wanted, you could tell he really wants to be on the pop charts like with Drake. So he's really trying to compete with Drake. Let's keep it real. But it's just like, man, like, I like the Tory Lanez when he first came out, the mixtape Tory Lanez, where I just like artists that's true to themselves. I just feel like he's not doing that. He's just really trying to just lay out hits on hits on hits on hits on hits. And it's cool, like, hits are cool. You want to be heard in the club and stuff, but he told me when I listened to it on the interview, well, he didn't tell me personally, but when I listened to it, his interviews and stuff, he wants to be the best. He wants to be compared to Biggie, Pop, Drake, Kendrick Lamar. And you dropping albums like that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm seeing it. Tory Lanez, if you watching it, that's how I'm looking at you. Like, if you're trying to compete with, like, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and it's just like, bro, it's not there. But maybe you're trying to go a different lane with the R&B. That might be it, too. That's where I'm losing you, but I just don't see it. I get it, though. I respect E-Money's opinion. I definitely see why it's 2019. It definitely was about, I'm not going to say it's trash. Like, it's not a skippable song. Like, I do like every song, but it's not on my top list. So yeah. I just had to say that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, I had to do it, man, because, like I said, nobody's ever done this before. Just to be able to accomplish this is a milestone, and then for it to actually execute and be a cohesive album. And it didn't feel corny at all. It felt really, truly genuine. And it came from a real space because you're telling an actual story that we can all relate to. And not everybody has that gift of storytelling. This is what albums are. It's supposed to be storytelling. And this is exactly what he did. And this is based off of his Chicks Tape series. You know, there's 4 other Chicks Tape series. He also has another series, you know, the New Toronto, and then he also has his albums too. So this obviously fits the Chicks Tape series, and then this is just the album version. So shout out to Tory Lanez, dope ass artist. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the first half. Shady's back. Go call Nick.
Yeah. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Low key almost want to talk about the Nick Cannon.
Guess what? Eminem didn't make the top 10. I was
he didn't drop an album this year. Don't do that.
Shout out to Slim Shady, my man.
Nah, fuck you. Where you at, Mo? Nick Cannon gave you 3 diss records. Where are you?
No, I respect you for not responding. Like,
why? Because you feel like
you get cool points for that one. Cause it's a waste of time, bro. We all know
it would be a lose. It would be a loss if Eminem responded.
Yeah, like, don't waste your time on that. He's not even a a respected rapper. Like, why waste your time on somebody?
A battle rap show on MTV.
So he's not a respectable artist, bro. Like, come on, Nick Cannon, I love you, man. I respect you, but stick to comedy, man. Stick to entertainment. That's what you do best. You're not a rapper, bro. And I listened to 2 of his songs. He has bars, but your delivery you're corny.
Yeah,
you're corny. Like, there's no way of getting around it. Like, you're just more corny. I'm sorry.
Top.
You gotta keep it real, bro.
Part 2.
Corny as shit.
We have just given you our top 10 through 6 albums.
Oh, can I just say something? My bad. This has nothing to do with the hip hop.
Oh my God.
Shout out to one of my coworkers. I hope you're not watching. But one of my coworkers suggested I listen to comedy stand-up by Nick Cannon. Now, when I heard, I was like, all right, Nick Cannon. I've never seen stand-up comedy with him.
Right.
But all right, I'm going to check it out. I respect it. So I watched it with me. I watched it with Tiana.
Okay.
We got there sitting watching. We excited. Pop some popcorn, whatever. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix special, whatever. Pop that joint out. For the first opening of his jokes, there's silence from both of us. So at this point, it just keeps playing and playing. I keep looking at Tiana. I'm like, I look at her, she's smirking or laughing. No smirk, no laugh. That's how corny that nigga was. My man, I didn't mean to put you out there like that, Nick Cannon, but you corny as hell, nigga.
You know something? There's nothing wrong with
like people agree with me on that one.
There's nothing wrong with trying a bunch of things and trying to figure out where you're best at. But you know, those things he's not good at. He's good at other things. Anyway,
you're a good actor. You're a good entrepreneur.
Yeah,
you make great shows.
He's a hustler too.
You're a great hustler. I respect you. Yeah. Like, I ain't mean glowing you like that, but I eat your lane, bro.
Anyway. Let's finish up.
I messed up the Nick Cannon sponsor, but it's okay.
It's incredible. All right, let's get to the top 5 albums of 2019. Okay, Chad said he's prepared now, so he got his top 5 ready for y'all. Go ahead, give him number 5, bro.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty confident in my top 5, y'all. I'm gonna go to Rodney Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial. And the reason why is that low. Well, it's not really low. Number 5 is pretty high.
Yeah, not 5 is pretty good.
But the reason why is because it just came out so late. That's just point blank. Like, it hasn't been out that long. So if it would have came out earlier this year, it probably would have maybe been higher, maybe lower on my list. I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, we're talking about 2019, and what I listen to. Rodney Ricch is number 5. There's no skippable songs, except for maybe that song he did with Meek Mill, Petta. Now a lot of people like that song.
Yeah.
But they like Meek Mill. They like that same flow. I mean, personally, I'm tired of hearing that Meek Mill with the same flow. Meek Mill has grown so much out of that, so I don't know why he went to that same tired flow he always using.
Right.
But from the moment the album starts, the intro is incredible. It brings you in from the first song. Like you said, what Ice Cube said, when he brings you in the first song, that's how you know it's going to be a great album. So from the first song, then leads into probably it's going to be his biggest single.
Yeah, today.
The Box, yeah. I mean, so many people. I reposted this on my story. It's an older white gentleman that went viral for singing the lyrics to The Box. Like, that's how much impact he has right now. People love this song to death.
Yeah.
You can't deny it's really that good. It's something I never heard of, like from the production to his voice in it. I never heard a song like this.
It's so crazy how something that's like,
yeah,
like
the way it started off, like his
shit.
flow, it's remarkable. It's one of my favorite songs this year. Then it goes into my other favorite songs. Start With Me. It was actually a feature that a top single that we covered. Mm-hmm. And I said I liked it a lot. I don't remember what she said, but I remember I liked it a lot. I said this is going to be played a lot, and it has been played a lot. I like Moonwalker. Lil Durk is a great feature. I love Big Steppin'. I just love how he incorporates. I feel like every good album should have at least 2 or 3 good hit songs. It should definitely have a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It should have some songs that get to know you as a person, as an artist, and he covered that throughout the whole board.
He did.
So, and I just I didn't touch on this, but this last song, War Baby, oh my God.
Yeah.
That song is incredible, bro. Like, for him to add the gospel in there, bro.
Whoa.
That was
that
super dope.
Crazy.
It was super dope. And I never heard, usually when I hear some gospel in a track, I hear some gospel, like, not gospel lyrics, but some gospel influence to where you're talking about God. I like how he didn't really talk about God. He just told his story about how hard it is in the streets and him as a person. So it's just like, I just love everything about that song. And Rodney Ricch, please perform this on SNL or something. I think that's going to be incredible if you perform this.
Well, he performed at Rolling Loud with, YG and Mustard came out, like kind of gave him some boost or whatever. But he was performing, and bro, LA went crazy. It's in LA, in his hometown.
They went great. I know they did.
Dropped. When the box came on, bro, niggas went nuts.
I would have went nuts too. That song is like that.
Nuts. So, shout out to Roddy Ricch for having an incredible fourth quarter of 2019.
Yeah, the criteria is there. He had an impact. He had the lyrics, the vocals. Vocals were incredible. Beat selection was there. Quality was there. Now, to get back on quality, this was very great quality this year, but I just question if I'm going to play this a few years from now. That's what I'm questioning. I might. I don't know. Skippable songs, no skippable songs for me. So I'm good on my number 5.
I can't be mad at him. I mean, some of the highlights for the songs, like you said, War Baby. I also like High Fashion featuring Mustard. I also like Perfect Time. And obviously The Box started with me too. Definitely a dope album. Be very curious to see where it gets us later on. But I must give you now my number 5. And number 5 is going to go, well, first, I mean, we have a lot of comments, so.
Yeah, comments say y'all should go to YouTube Live for this. I wasn't aware of YouTube Live. Thank you for mentioning that. Somebody said Black Youngster did that too. And then somebody said, can you recap the artist so far, please?
Sure. So recap right now. Number 10 is Kanye West, Jesus is King. Number 9 is Burna Boy, African Giant. Number 8 is The Game, Born to Rap. Number 7 is Roddy Ricch, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. And number 6 is Tory Lanez, Chicks Take 5. That's EmoneyBoss's list.
And mine's is at number 10, Gunna, Drip or Drown 2. Then I got at number 9, Kanye West, Jesus is King. And number 8, I can't remember. What did I have at number 8? Number 8, I had Sir.
Yeah.
Chasing Summer. And then number 6, I had Solange. What was her? When I Get Home. Yeah, Solange, When I Get Home. And then at number 5, I had Rodney Ricch.
Yeah, so that's the recap, y'all. That's good. Any comments?
That's it.
Okay, so number 5. You also forgot number 7. I think was yours. Was Tyler the Creator.
Oh yeah.
But number 5 is Tyler the Creator for me.
Oh, okay.
I had to.
Can't be mad at that,
bro.
Can't be mad at that.
When I first heard Tyler the Creator's album, I was like, no, absolutely not.
Me too.
I was like, if they don't get this corny, whack ass, blah blah blah. Then I listened to it again. I was like, wait. Oh. Then I listened to it again, knowing what he did. His music, he hid all of his features. And it's not just like not telling you who the features are, but he used his features as instruments.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
And, like Chadvisionaire said in part 1 of the podcast, his biggest influence is Pharrell and Kanye West. Both amazing producers, probably one of the best producers living right now. But they both have really good ears for sound and voices and know where to put them. And Kanye has talked about using, artists as, kind of instruments as well in his music. But Tyler, the Creator, really dug in. And when you listen to some of the features, like Playboy Cardi on Earthquake, or Little Uzi hitting in some of the jumps, and you know what I mean, or Kanye being in one of his other tracks too. Like it's a really incredible album. And then it's like Chad said as well, it's cinematic. This is something that you want to listen to live. This is an album that grabs your attention from the beginning, and it's nothing else like it. You know what I mean? That's the other thing too. It's super creative. You can't deny the way how it sounds that stands out from everything else that you hear this year. There's no other album that sounds like this. There's no other artist that sounds like Tyler, the Creator. And it's just good. It's good. If you want to know what songs to listen to, press play on the first song and just go to the end. Right. Because every song on here is really good, and you need to either listen to this in the car or have some good headphones or something like that, because this is something it's going to put you on a trip.
I think that's what happened with me when we first was doing this podcast, and when I listened to it, I had no speaker, because I usually listen to my music when I'm at work.
Yeah.
And I listen to it through my phone. So I messed up right there. Yeah. But when I went back to it, and another thing is too, I would say this, I got that same feeling when I listened to Kendrick to Pimp My Butterfly. Yeah. And I was like, what's going on with this joint? And then I went back to it, I was like, oh, okay. That was my favorite. That's my favorite Kendrick album now.
Yeah, mine too. See, some things are meant and designed to be listened to in a certain space. Yeah. Like Jesus is King is designed to be formed in concert. It's not designed to be listened to like regularly. You gotta go to the Jesus tour, and then you'll know everything you need to know about that album. But yeah, that's number 5 for me.
I think that's his best album ever.
Jesus?
No, Igor. Because I like Flower Boy. Flower Boy, that's what made me a fan. Because I was never a Tyler, the Creator fan, but Flower Boy, he brought me in, and I bought that album actually, and that's why I was excited for this one. But now it's tough now for me. I don't know which one.
I actually like this one better.
Girl?
Yeah, I do.
This might be his best work.
I think so. I really do like this album a lot. I understand why it's being nominated for Grammys now. I get it. I get it now.
Right, he worked hard, man. Because I remember watching the interviews. He said he had the heart. The fan base is there. He wasn't worried about it. He's always my fan to the day he died. But it was just like, bro, like the other people ain't respecting me. Like the street people and the people that love music. Like he was really trying to get out there, mainstream wise. And I feel like this and Flower Boy is really solidifying him. Like, okay, he could be in the talks now. Don't forget about Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, don't forget about him. Can't flog now. Blue Drake. All right. Number 4, Chad. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Number 4. This is when it keeps getting better and better, y'all. Number 4, Summer Walker. What was the name of the album? Over It. Let me bring up the track list.
Dang.
Over It.
You can't deny Summer Walker in 2019.
You can't. It has to be top 5. I mean, it just has to be. Like, this is the album and this is the artist they've been talking about all year long. There's been songs that have been played numerous times. On Google, it says 98% people like this. Like, that's kind of crazy. But I want to say this before I dive into her album, before I critique it. For the past 2 years, in my opinion, R&B has been whooping hip-hop ass as far as quality music. R&B is better than hip-hop. Let me say that again. R&B is better than hip-hop right now. I'm sorry. As far as quality of music, good music. If you're a fan of good music, Like I know there's people like F all that. Like I like my trap. I like different shit. But if we going back to the music, if we going back to the golden era where hip hop, you know, they said hip hop was the golden era of the 90s was the hip hop era of hip hop. If we go back to right now, this is my opinion. R&B's been killing it, and I don't care if they haven't been killing it mainstream. Like if you go back and listen to a lot of these R&B artists that've been putting these albums and these songs out, bro, you're not gonna be disappointed. And I made a playlist. I think I want y'all to go check it out. I'm gonna tell y'all the playlist after this podcast. Not after this podcast, at the end of the podcast. But I'm gonna get y'all hip if y'all want to get hip to some good quality music. But I just wanted to say that R&B has been better than hip hop for the past 2 years, artistry wise, good music wise. So to get back to Summer Walker, again, from the first song, Over It, she brings you right in. There's a lot of songs on here. I mean, it's a lot that has replayable moments. Like you're going to keep going back to the album and you're going to keep replaying it. Like, oh, this is my favorite song. All the girls is like, every time I get on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, they're always talking about a Summer Walk song. Like from the lyrics to their favorite songs, whatever. Like this song, I feel like this is probably the album that's been played the most this year. This has been the most memorable. Everybody's talking about Summer Walker. Like, so all eyes is on her. Like, they're really already saying like she's an R&B queen. Now, me personally, I don't think that.
One album can't do that to you.
One album can't do that, and another thing is, she don't seem like she's very equipped for fame, which could hurt her and her artistry. That's just what I feel personally. But she definitely has potential. She just gotta get out of her own self. It's bigger than you, sweetie. I get it. You know your mental gotta be right or whatever, but you knew what she was getting into. I said this. We talked about this when she decided she wanted to take a break and not tour and cancel her tour dates. I thought it was pretty selfish because at the end of the day, it's your job, and this ain't really for you. Music is supposed to feed the people. And if you're a true artist, you know you're calling yourself an artist. That's what I'm expecting. But never mind that. Just to dive back into this album. Memorable songs, Playing Games. I think it had Usher on that song.
No, Usher's not that one. Usher's on Come Through.
Usher's on Come Through. I apologize. But who was on Playing Games?
Bryson Tiller.
Okay, Bryson Tiller. Like It, Just Might. I mean, all the songs was really good. Girls Need Love. That was one of her. I think that's the song that really put her on the map. Yeah, that really
was the introduction.
And Drake hopped on the song as well. That's how much he liked it. That says a lot. So, yeah, man, that's all I have to say for it. I mean, this was really the album that's not going to be forgotten. Like this album really solidified her. This is the album that people are talking about that I never stopped hearing. So yeah, it goes out to Summer Walker at number 4.
You're gonna call me wild, but I don't have Summer Walker on my top 10. I know, I know, and obviously, she definitely deserves to be on the top 10. But for me,
yeah, I had to get on my personal with this.
Yeah, and I get that, but at the same time, I'm giving you my list. So,
right, that's true.
So we can go either way with it, but for me, Summer Walker's album wasn't that for me. It's incredible. Don't get me wrong. The album is great. The music is good. I think she has a dope personality and stuff like that. But for me, this is not top 10 albums for me. This is not the album I was listening to this year. Even when everybody was, loving it, hyping it up, it just didn't do anything for me personally. So I couldn't put it in my top 10. There was other albums that to me impacted me more.
I respect that.
But I mean, her impact on the culture, her vocals, her beat selection quality, all of that is lit. So shout out to Summer Walker. Tour again. Maybe I might come see you. Number 4 for me.
Was that a little shot?
Nah. I mean, I was going to go to her show, but you know, she canceled.
That was a shot.
It's cool though. The money came back real quick. Number 4, Young Thug. So much fun.
Okay, respect.
Yo,
I'm surprised you put that on. I'm sorry. He's shocking me today.
Thug.
You got Roddy Ricch and Young Thug, body keeping the gangster for you.
Bro, I don't know what it is this week, bro. I've been on my gangster shit this week, bro. I've been on my trap shit this week, man.
I'm surprised because I know you so not gun ho, like you really appreciation for lyrics.
Yeah.
So I respect that. That's why I'm surprised. Like you got somebody like Young Thug. So I respect it.
Well, you can't deny Young Thug's impact on the culture. How many artists he has influenced, and also how he has been influenced has impacted the culture. He may not be the most lyrical, but his vocals, how he's able to manipulate his sound and his voice.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's unhuman, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not that many people. Nobody can do what Young Thug can do.
Nobody.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I can't think of nobody.
Yeah, Thug is his own artist. You know what I mean?
He's an alien.
Yeah, and this album is fun, man. This is why it's called So Much Fun. But literally from the beginning of this album, it grabs you. It brings you right into the space of where it's supposed to be, just how it is. Brings you into Thug's world. Submate featuring Future. It just turns up from there. And there's so many songs on here. I mean, literally every song. I love every song. Ecstasy is fire. Hot is fire. Then he came back with a remix of Travis Scott. The video was just incredible. Yeah. Then you got Light It Up, where he's just
Light It Up. Light It Up.
Yeah.
Light It Up.
Then Surf is like my theme song right now.
Yeah, Surf. That song is like that.
Surf is like my theme right now. Bad 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 is lit. Little Baby is fire. What's the move? Uzi killed that jump. And what other jump? The Cardi Gucci Scarf jump. The Cartier Gucci Scarf. What else? The Mannequin Challenge. And obviously London, which that song came out a lot earlier this year with J. Cole.
That was surprising for him to have Cole on it.
Well, not that surprising because remember, J. Cole just did a KOD tour and he had Young Thug.
Right.
And a lot of people were confused at that point because they're like, yo, Cole, why do you have Young Thug open up for you? And then J. Cole was like, why not? He's fucking dope. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, they didn't expect an artist like Cole and Thug
that makes sense.
To
I respect
collaborate.
Cole for that.
Yeah, Cole definitely knew what he was doing. And the whole theme of KOD is to pretty much understand this new life, this new version of hip hop, the emo rap, the trap rap. It was him coming into this new element of hip hop and seeing what J. Cole could do with it in KOD. So who else to, open up for you and bring you into this world better than Young Thug?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it was a great collaboration. The London was a great song by both of them. Young Thug, so much fun. Slime season. Like,
Slat.
Have an album.
J. Cole didn't drop an album this year.
Yes, he did. J. Cole has Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
Oh, okay.
The compilation. But no, that's not in my top 10.
That's not on my top 10.
Yeah, Under the Sun.
Yeah, but Cardi didn't drop none, yeah. So, yeah.
All right, so top 3. Number 3, Chad, what you got?
Number 3, I got Ariana Lennox. Shea Butter Baby.
Wow.
I told you from the beginning,
wow.
man. I told you from the beginning, bro. Like,
wow.
That album's really that good to me.
This joke's about to get wild, y'all. Ari Lennox is in Chad's top 3.
Okay. Yes. And it might be biased, but I don't care because it might be because like I listen to R&B a lot, but my bad, y'all. I'm trying to pull it up for y'all. Track list. Okay, Ariana Lennox, Shea Butter Baby. Okay. Now to dive into her, she's I guess the first female artist to be on J. Cole's label, Dreamville. I think that kind of brought some attention to her. She's definitely respected in the R&B community. People know what she's capable of doing, and people that listen to R&B music. But to tackle on this and to look at our criteria, just for the people who just logged in, our criteria is cultural impact, lyrics and vocals, beats, quality, and skippable songs. Now, to tackle into the first criteria, which is cultural impact, it's definitely lacking that. I would say that. I think only because of how her layout is. I really feel like it's not because of her music. I really feel like it's because of her marketing and her team. And I heard some rumors that she was I think she's thinking about leaving Dreamville, or it already happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, yeah, she's not happy what happened. And I agree. I'm with her. I wouldn't be happy either because
I thought she was good with it. I thought her and J. Cole were like really close.
They're good. Here's the thing: when it comes to business, it's different. Like you can have a great relationship with somebody, but if he's not executing as business, and it might not be. It's not personal. It's just something that she has to do with her, and she doesn't feel like she didn't get the recognition that she deserves.
I definitely do believe that this is definitely one of the best R&B albums of this year.
It should have been talked about a lot.
And it's a shame that she's not nominated for anything. Like, I mean, I cannot believe when I saw the Grammys and I did not see Shea Butter Baby on there, I was confused. Genuinely, I was confused. I was like, how is this not nominated? At least nominated, because this is an incredible album.
And she has songs that could be hits if they were just played on the radio once. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know the technical stuff, the business aspect of it, but I know the music. So,
well, I mean, you got to think about this too. Going into Dreamville, if you got to look at Dreamville's camp, J. Cole is Dreamville, right? He's the #1 artist. J. Cole is not one of those artists J. Cole hasn't won anything. Any like awards or anything like that. So it's like he's not that kind of artist that's looking to make music for Grammys or hip hop awards or to be played on radio. He's not that kind of artist. He's like, I just want to make dope shit. You gonna like it or not? You know what I mean? Type of vibe. So coming into Dreamville, you gotta kind of understand who is your head and what he represents. So
well, I get that, but it's again, it's just like you wanna be recognized at least. I'm pretty sure she don't care about the awards and the accolations and stuff, but
she could have signed at any job company, Atlantic or whatever, you know what I mean, and done that, you know what I mean?
Man,
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's something I have to do some more research on, but she's top 3 for a reason for me. It's just basically straight music wise. From the other criteria, if we're looking at the lyrics and the vocals, she executed that very well. The beat selection. She gives me Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and those type of vibes, like very soulful. And I just love music like that. I think everybody likes music like that, like something that hits your soul and something that's so relatable. Like there's this song on here. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. It's called New Apartment. It's basically a song. A lot of girls that have their own apartment, that live by themselves or just have a boyfriend, whatever, they can relate to this song because you're usually in an apartment by yourself. You have a lot of time in your apartment by yourself. It's very relatable. It's something, and there's lyrics in there that's very memorable that you can sing over and over again. There's a lot of songs on here and lyrics that you can sing over and over again. So the beat selection, the quality, there's no skippable songs. This is a complete great album. And I mentioned
this. Skits too. Like the whole story.
Yeah, the skits, yeah, everything's lit. And I feel like, personally, this is better than Summer Walker's album. I would keep saying this. Like, with Summer Walker, it was a good album, but I still feel like I just don't like albums that I could tell it was structurally mainstream. Like you're treating me like I'm some type of robot. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you trying to win me over. With her, is like, this is me. This is who I am. I'm letting you into my world.
Right.
So that's what I like about it. This is just great music. And that's my top 3. It's definitely one of the best albums this year.
Some standout tracks, obviously Shea Butter Baby, the joint with J. Cole, and then BMO, Break Me Off. That joint's fire. That joint's
I haven't listened to it. Please listen to it.
Break me out.
Even if you don't like R&B music, you gotta agree with me on this.
All right, let's keep it moving. We don't got that much time. Number 3 for me, gotta go to Big 14.
What?
Trippie Redd.
Okay.
Trippie Redd, Love Letter 4.
Wow. Dang, that's high.
Yeah, and to me it's well deserved. And I have to say this because I had I had time to really sit down and digest the whole Trippie Redd album for a while now, and I still go back to it. Like I go back to this album. It's Love Letter 4. Yeah, Love Letter to you 4. There's a lot of memorable songs on here. From the beginning, Larray brings you right in. Who Needs Love, Keeps You, Love Sick, Love Me More, Real Feel, 6 Kids with Juice WRLD, R.I.P. Then you got one of my favorite songs, R&B, Rich Millie Plains. And then what also really surprised me, Chosen is also dope, and Abandoned featuring Mariah the Scientist. She's super, super dope. We just got hit to her. The last song, Can You Rap Like Me, Part 2. He really just shitted on people. Just like, okay, yeah, you know me for my melodies and singing and talk about this and that, but the kid can spit. The kid proved himself that like, yo, like I do this rap shit too. This is one of those songs that like this is one of those albums you just press play and you will be invited to a world and you don't need to do anything else but just listen. You know what I mean? And I love this kind of music. And I love also what Trippie Redd is doing now as one of the gatekeepers to this like emo rap kind of theme. You know, sad boy music is what you like to call it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Juice WRLD, XXX, you know, all these young kids that, you know, are going through some real shit and they're using their music to escape. They also use drugs, you know, to escape as well, too. And Trippie really went to a space where he's like, I was close with Juice WRLD, I was close with that, and now they're both gone. And he's making music just like them, you know, the same fan base that Trippie has, you know, fits with the XXX and fits with Juice WRLD. And he decided to come out and be like, hey, we're not doing drugs no more. I'm no longer doing drugs. I don't want none of my fans doing drugs. You know, weed and water is enough. And I completely commend him for doing it because he did not have to do that. He's a young kid. You know, he could just ignore it. He could just keep doing his music and making money or whatever. But he decided, no, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to change. I want to spread a positive message to the people. And when he performed at Rolling Loud recently in LA, he had everybody recite, I will not do drugs unless it's weed and water. You know what I mean? Okay. And I just thought that was incredible. Shout out to Trippie Redd for, you know, for growing up and taking a stand against the evil of drug use and, you know, spreading some positivity and making really great music. Great album, great artist. Love every single project that he has that comes out. Very happy about this one.
Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what else he got coming up. But that's top 3 for me.
All right, I'm gonna read the comments. Somebody said because she's not a hoe and refused to be, that's why media won't accept her. I agree with that.
That's big.
I think that has a lot
to do with it.
Who said that? I don't know how to pronounce it.
J. Pence Cuisine.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if we butchered your name. But yeah, thank you so much for your comment. Really appreciate it. All right, man. You ready to get into these top 2?
Yes. Let's. All right, my number 2, y'all. Young Thug, so much fun. Not gonna tackle into that because Imani just pretty much said everything I would say.
My man went from number 7 to number 2. How did that happen?
Yeah, I don't. I was smoking something earlier. It's like nah, but yeah, man. I don't know what. I don't know why. That was crazy.
He was wilding.
Yeah, when I thought about it just for a moment, when I put it on, I was just like, this needs to be much higher.
Yeah,
just off of impact alone.
Yeah,
and then just everything, the beat selection, the vocals, and let me just put it like this: the reason why I put him so much higher now, because he's so much different than everybody else, and I think that's important when you want to be top notch level, like somebody like Drake, Kendrick, Michael Jackson, Prince. Like when they look at artists like that, they're like, he's that artist and he makes that type of music.
Right.
When they look at, I feel like Young Thug is gonna be that. Yeah, it might not be lyrical, but when you hear Young Thug, that's what you're hearing. And this album, I think, really solidified because there was a lot of people that were Young Thug fans, but I think he just got more fans out of this. They finally understand him now because a lot of people were saying, I can't understand him. But he was able to articulate a lot more. You could hear a lot more.
You could hear the growth. Like his growth. Like he also did an interview with Big Boy in the Neighborhood. And that's a really dope interview. If you guys want to know more about Young Thug, who he is as an artist, as a person, and where he's at right now, definitely check out that Big Boy interview on Big Boy in the Neighborhood featuring Young Thug. Really great interview. That really brought me in. And a lot of times, too, for me, sometimes I need to know who the artist is before I listen to their music. So that's why I really love looking at Breakfast Club, looking at Joe Budden, looking at Big Boy, Hot 97, Ebro in the Morning. You know, getting to know these artists and stuff like that really helps me with listening to their music. And when I saw the Big Boy interview with Young Thug, I was like, let me listen to this song again. And I immediately fell in love with the album all over again. Shout out to Young Thug, Slime Season, and shit stuff. So that's number 2 for you?
Yeah, that's number 2.
Number 2.
I feel like I already know.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I thought so. Wale. I knew it. That's what I was thinking right in my head.
Wale.
I already knew it.
Wow, that's crazy. First of all, sue me because I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Period. Call me biased. I'm from Maryland. I don't care. I don't care. Fight me.
I feel it.
Sue me. Wale, wow, that's crazy. Wale dropped an album.
You better put this on Twitter. Wale might repost that.
Okay, that's dope. Wale's album is amazing, y'all. This is one of those albums that just is a clear start to finish dope project. What I was telling Chad, obviously, I go by what Ice Cube stands by. The intro got to bring you in. If the intro is not, up to a certain par, level, then the rest of your project can't be that good. You know what I mean? Like
that's his best song to me. That first one.
That Sue Me song is just
really
another level. When I listen to that song, I literally get chills, man. Like if I play that in the song, if I play that in the car, or in the or my headphones on, and I hear the Sue Me, like it's so empowering. You know what I mean? Just to we already know how powerful black people are and stuff like that and what's going on. But just to hear it being said, so boldly, coming from somebody like Wale, I think is amazing. And then, he also shows love to his African roots, his Nigerian roots.
We've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, his parents are both Nigerian.
Especially the black women.
Yeah, and he's been showing love to, black women for, ever. I mean, he has a lot of dope music, obviously highlighting black love, black women, and stuff like that, even though he may not get the same kind of love back, but people do respect Wale. And Wale has had a great year. I'm very happy for his progression. He had a moment where, he actually went on Twitter and said, I'm one of the best artists, alive right now. He put that out there, and he was trending number 1, on Twitter for a while. And everybody was agreeing with him. Like, this is one of the first times that I've seen more people stand up
Taking
for
a
Wale
side, yeah.
and taking a side, because usually it's so many negative things. Like, people love to talk negative stuff about, people, but this time around it was different.
I was happy when that moment happened.
He
needed that.
He needed that, and I feel like when Wale actually starts feeling more confident, starts talking about his, like, I am one of the best. I came out here with Kid Cudi and Drake. You know what I mean? On the freshman cover, I was out here. J. Cole opened up for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I am one of those guys. You know what I mean? You can't just talk about the best rappers of this generation and not mention me. You know what I mean? I am here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they quit to forget, man.
And every single time I get reminded, man, every year, Wale has a New Year's Day concert here in DC at the Fillmore, Silver Spring. And every single time I go to that concert, man, I get reminded of how many hits this man has. The man is gifted. He's talented. He has a huge catalog of amazing music. He's done music with some incredible people like, Rihanna and Nicki and Jay and Kid Cudi. And there's just so many people that are J. Cole, people that respect him. LeBron was playing his music, when the album came out. So, anyway, shout out to Wale. I feel like his impact, for one, the cultural impact could have been better, but, that's just also, to me, just lack of knowledge, lack of people really understanding truly who he is as an artist. Yeah. So many people are just stuck off of, who they think Wale is. Yeah,
and it's a trap era too, so it's harder for a lyrical rapper like Wale.
Yeah, he's super gifted. He's definitely gifted, as Jay-Z, said he is a gifted rapper.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, if you have somebody like Jay-Z saying that this is one of the best rappers alive, you can't just deny Jay-Z. Jay-Z is, Jay-Z. So if Jay-Z said Wale is out here with Kendrick, Cole, and Drake, then why can't everybody else get behind that? Yeah. So anyway, check out Wale. Wow, that's crazy. Sue Me is amazing. BGM, Black Girl Magic, is dope. The Jump on Chill, that's his main single. I don't really care for that one that much. To me, it kind of died out. Debbie is Fire. It's a fucking two-step dance. Mm-hmm. Then you got Set You Free. The Kelly Price features is amazing. Like, I could talk about this album for a minute, but I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. I'm going to let you guys do your own research. Check out this album for yourself. Listen to it. Tell us what you guys think. You might think I'm wrong or made a mistake, but I don't care. I say what I said. All right, anyway.
Now for the finale.
The finale, the last two.
The number one. Numero uno.
Let's check the phone real quick before...
Oh, yeah, let's check the comments real quick. All right, let's see here. Okay, long enough to do the same one.
Okay. All right, so let me see real quick. Just let you go ahead. Okay. Chadvisionaire.
I feel like we got the same number one. We might.
I don't know. I don't know if you're going to get to say what I do. You might.
You sure?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, y'all ready?
Drum roll, please.
Those two. Post Malone, Hollywood.
Oh, shit. Really? Oh, no, I'm definitely not here.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Post Malone, number one? Album of the year?
Yeah. It's number one. 2019.
Chad, I can't agree with you on this one.
It's number one, y'all.
Elaborate. Because...
Well, as everybody knows, Post Malone is already solidified in his career. The Allen Iverson rapper has started off with trap, pretty much.
Chad got a new hater. She said officially hate Chad. Go ahead, Chad. She John Pan Cuisine said officially hate Chad.
Look, listen.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, and then I gotta say what I gotta say. Go ahead, bro.
Listen, y'all. I know he's a white rapper.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
Post Malone is white.
Duh, he's white, but is he a rapper?
He's white, bro.
I know he's white, but is he a rapper, though?
And y'all know that it's the stigma white rappers have.
Is he a rapper, though?
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Finish your statement, because I gotta say who my number one is to fix this shit.
But I can't deny a great quality project and somebody who stands out and somebody who pretty much separates himself from all his colleagues. Like he really separates himself from. He's in a different box. He's in a different caliber. Like this man, we just talked about it when we first did our podcast and we brought up this album. This album, I don't know if you remember, 3 episodes straight we had him as the top album. So there's a reason for that. It's because his album from start to finish is really that good. And he has a bunch of songs on here that has been on Billboard charts for the longest time. Now I'm not a numbers guy, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But as far as his theme, the aesthetic, the lyrics that he put in, the artists that he used, that he put on there, the instrument, this everything. There's nothing bad I could say. Each song has a story. Each song sounds good. Each song has his own artistic viewpoint on things. So to get back to the criteria, culture impact is definitely there. I mean, we mentioned this on the first podcast again, that what was it? The nosebleed seats is like $200, $300.
Yeah, his concerts are expensive. Like, I mean, like $100, $150 for nosebleed.
There's a reason for that, people. It's y'all can say like white people, buy everything, but it's just like his music is really that good. Like people literally cry and pour out their hearts at a Post Malone concert. I seen it. We seen Post Malone concert, and we seen him on accident. We wanted to see Migos, but when I seen him live and I seen the impact that he had on these kids, like it was unreal. Like it was a movie. The lyrics and the vocals are there. His vocals definitely separates from a lot of people, just like Young Thug. Like there's nobody. He has that. That's another thing about him. He has rock and country influence in him. I feel like it's an unfair advantage for. Well, he has country and rock.
He wasn't accepted in those fields, and that's why he went to the hip hop lane and kind of capitalized because we introduced him. We kind of accepted him into the hip hop lane, and he capitalized on it or whatever. Now he's doing what he is. Go ahead, finish.
Well, I don't know, but
finish. Yeah, go ahead.
I know good music when I hear it. I can listen to a country song or rock song. I can hear a good song when I hear it, and he really executes that very well. Like his voice is perfect for it. So the vocals is there. The beat selection is definitely there. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of hands-on when it came to production. The quality is definitely there. No skippable songs. So yeah, man, this is number one. I don't care what y'all say, like especially impact alone, like. And on Google it says 97% like this. This is number one.
All right. I gotta put it into this.
And there was a song. Okay, go ahead.
I gotta stop you. Okay. I'm sorry, bro.
It's the truth.
No. Post Malone, don't get me wrong, is definitely an incredible artist overall. We did see Post Malone on accident, at Rolling Loud. And that actually, by seeing him by accident, made me a fan of some of his music. He is a great live performer, which I was very surprised. His vocals, his tone is really good. He can control his voice really well live. This album, though, we're talking about Hollywood Bleeding. I cannot give Hollywood Bleeding the number one song of this year. Hollywood Bleeding is not in my top 10 of best albums this year. Just because there are too many skippable songs, unfortunately. I mean, they're decent enough to get through, but I don't remember. I remember Enemies. I think that's the joint with me. Okay. Circles is great. Sunflower is a banger. Internet, I think that has
That was on a movie, by the way.
Yeah, Spider-Man John. Okay.
This is a big movie.
I don't know. Shout out to I Am Austin. He said Hollywood Bleeding was successful.
They're still playing well in the club. Like it's a bunch of.
It was good, man, but I can't give this a number one. That's kind of wild, bro. Like I maybe number 10, maybe snuck in, maybe making on the list. Yeah, I get you, but number one, I didn't. And for really, I don't expect that from you because normally you're the kind of person like, man, fuck the numbers. I don't care about how they sell their concert tickets or whatever. But this is very confusing to me. I really can't. You know what? I'm going to let Chad have his moment. Chad said what he said. I'm not going to tear him up that much. I'm just going to say what I'm going to say on my list, okay? Number one for E-Money-Boss. Need some shit with some bop in it. Hold up. Fuck a Mac, bro. Number one album of 2019 is going to go to the baby, Kirk. There is not an individual. There's nobody this year.
We're definitely on two separate pages.
I don't care. Ain't nobody had a more impactful, crazier year than the baby. Honestly.
I'll give you that.
The baby dropped 2 albums this year. He dropped 2 albums. The first album was Baby on Baby. That's where the hit song Suge was on. But he also, when Suge became the number 1 song, his dad passed away at the same time. When his dad passed away, was also around the same week that we lost Nipsey Hussle. There was a lot of things that were going on during this time where it's like, yo, you know, I should just take a break. I should just cool out, or whatever. But instead, he went back into the studio. He put in more work. He came out with a project that was really polarizing. And this album, from start to finish, has hits on hits on hits. This is being played in the streets. This is being played in the clubs. This is being played everywhere. Everybody loves the baby right now. I'm sorry. The baby's album, starting from intro to Off the Rip to Bop to Vibes, Pop Star with Kevin Gates, Gospel with Chance the Rapper and Gucci Mane, iPhone with Nicki Minaj, Toes with Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo, Really with Son of for Vegas, Probably Heard, which was fire, Raw Shit with Migos, There He Go, and XXL. I mean, this album, you get 13 songs. It's not overly done. It's only like 40 minutes long. This is a perfect album that you can start from start to finish. I was just in the gym today, and I could listen to every single song on my workout. This is the album that I kept going back to. I was like, okay, who had the most impactful year? It had to be the baby. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, but
all right.
I don't agree that's a good album. I'm sorry.
The beat selection was dope. The quality of the music in here was dope. And there's not one song in here that you skip. Every single one of these jumps are a fire-ass hit. You know what I mean? Like I said, he came off of having just a crazy year, up and down year, where he had the number 1 song. His dad passed away. So he had his highest moment and his lowest moment at the same time. You know what I mean? And then still to be able to capitalize, come out here, make dope music. He brought the fucking Jabberwockies back. He brought the Jabberwockies fucking back out the grave, man. Like, look, I said what I said. The baby has the number 1 album this year, period.
That's not it, bro.
Sue me. Sue me.
I'm gonna give you why it's not top. It's not even in my top 10.
I heard.
I agree with you. He's very impactful. He had the most impactful. I'll definitely give you that. But unfortunately, we critique albums, and with albums, this is definitely not a project that I'm gonna be playing. This is not a project I'm playing now. Like, if I want to get hyped and I want to have a kickback, throw a party, I might put this out. I will put this. Yeah, I'll put this out.
Yeah, no choice. Everybody's gonna listen to this song.
But as far as longevity, it's not there, bro. It's I'll give you an example with the Ludacris album. What's that song he did, Money Shaker? He had a lot of hits on the album, and people don't really play that album like that. People don't go back to that Ludacris album. I think I know what you know what I'm talking about. But them type of albums, bro. And another thing is, what I don't like about the baby is, and this might be because he's very marketable too. Like, I know he's smart when it comes to marketing, but he uses the same flow every single time. Like, that's annoying.
Nah, he be switching flows.
No, you don't. And people could definitely agree with me. Like, it's the same flow, and you're not versatile at all, bro. There was no growth. This album was the same as Baby on Baby.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely not. Bro, like, this was definitely another level from Baby on Baby, bro.
It wasn't. This is not a number 1 album.
It is number 1 album. You said Hollywood Bleeding by Post Malone, so I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
They gonna know. Once we post when we post this up, they gonna know.
Okay, all right, y'all. Okay, all right, buddy. All right, y'all. We're not gonna agree to everything, okay? But
our number ones are so completely different.
So different.
It speaks volumes.
It does. And the craziest thing is that your number one was not on my list, and my number one was not on your list.
Yeah.
So that says a lot right there. But we were pretty consistent with the other albums.
I would rather put Wale on number one.
I mean, I couldn't know just because off of impact alone. The baby is having his year right now.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? It's his year. He's on top right now. There's not a higher artist than the baby right now. This in 2019. There's nobody.
Mark my words though, if y'all ever keep watching us still, because we gonna be Top Hill gonna be top certified for real.
Oh yeah.
In the future. I'm gonna remember this podcast for y'all that like the baby. I ain't knocking it. Go ahead and have y'all fun with the baby. You know, he does have the face and the ego and the music right now, but I'm telling you, this guy is not gonna be certified in the next 3 years. I'll give it 3 years. He not it. I'm telling you.
That's kind of disrespectful. Okay, anyway.
Facts. Not that good.
So that's it, y'all. That's Top Hill, episode 13. This was our 2019 wrap up. Next episode 14 is gonna be crazy. We're gonna do the top 10 albums of the decade.
That's gonna be really tough.
That's gonna be hard. I know who number one is. I think everybody knows who the number one album of the decade is, but we'll see what else falls in line.
I think number 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other one's gonna be the hardest.
Yeah.
Number one
pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
To me, yeah.
I think we'll get those one both right. But let's give our recap of our top 10 albums of this year one more time, and then let's wrap up this shit. The top 10 for EmoneyBoss. Number 10 is Kanye West, Jesus is King. Number 9 is Burna Boy, African Giant. Number 8 is The Game, Born to Rap. Number 7 is Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial. Number 6 is Chicks Take 5. Number 5 is Tyler, the Creator with Igor. Number 4 is Young Thug, So Much Fun. Number 3 is Trippie Redd, Love Letter for You 4. Number 2 is Wale, Wow That's Crazy. And number 1 is The Baby, Curse. Wow.
Okay, so at number 10, I got Gunna, Drip or Drown 2. At number 9, I got Kanye West, Jesus is King. At number 8, I got Sir, Chasing Summer. At number 7, I got Solange, When I Get Home. At number 6, I got Tyler, the Creator, Igor. At number 5, I got Roddy Ricch, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. At number 4, I got Summer Walker, Over. Number 3, Ariana Lennox, Shea Butter Baby. Number 2, Young Thug, So Much Fun. And number 1, Post Malone, Hollywood Bleeding. That's it, y'all.
We're going to put up our list online. We'll let you guys vote on whose list was the top hill for you guys, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much for checking out the number one hip-hop culture and black business podcast. This is going to be our season finale, part 1. Part 2 will be next week with the top albums of the decade, and then we're going to get into season 2, which is going to have guests on the show. We're going to have a lot of black businesses, entrepreneurs, artists, a lot of great people that we know that's going to come on the show. And
yeah, definitely. It's going to be more, we're going to touch more on black businesses. We've been kind of not touching on that as much.
Yeah, because we're going to have more people coming on the show and actually talk about theirs in real time. So, all right, y'all. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to another episode. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Peace. Damn.